Good morning. On this episode of, well, playing Riders of Icarus, we're actually going to do something a little different. This is not going to be part of the regular gameplay series. Today we are going to actually take a look at the Familiar Farm, which just came out in the patch yesterday. Now let's get into the game and take a look at what it's all about. Okay, so we're here currently in Parnas Coast, and to get to where we need to go for getting to our familiar farm, we need to go to a place where we can find a beast trainer with the appropriate logo over its head. Okay, I'm here in Sacred Shallows at the moment, and as you see on the map, or on the mini-map, which I've just hidden, that little icon looks kind of like a house. That's where the beast trainer is. That is where you can go to actually get to your familiar farm. Now, I'm not going to go to this one because there's actually a starter quest you can take that is in Hakene's Crossing that I haven't done yet on this character. But as you see right here, if you go and speak to a beast trainer, you have the ability to move to the familiar farm. The familiar farm is an instanced area that each person has their own instance when they go to it that's associated with their character.
Please let me know if there's anything else.
So in my case, let me go ahead and head over to Hakene's Crossing. Okay, I am now in Victory Plaza. Go ahead and head over to the Familiar Academy. And you'll see he has a quest there. Okay. That quest is a starter quest. And it gives you a whole bunch of the familiar coins, which is not a bad thing. And once you take it, you just move to the familiar farm. And now you're in your personal familiar farm. Now this farm is a lot more than just a farm. Alright, let me go ahead and turn this in real quick. And as you see, he's got a repeatable quest that I can send a familiar out to explore. I won't be, well, I'll take it, but I doubt I'll be doing it right now because it's kind of pricey. Alright, so let's take a look at what's around here. Alright, first off, we have our coin dealer, which is where we can go to utilize our familiar coins to purchase things like feed, adventure potions, boosters, mark boxes, familiar experience potions, etc. Okay. The farm manager just has the daily. So he's really kind of boring. The upgrading the farm, this actually allows you to modify your farm a bit for, as you can see, a 7-day period. You have things where you can, for fostering, you can increase the amount of experience that your familiar gains. You can upgrade the workshop, and you can upgrade your corral. Now, first thing I'm going to show is over here at this beast trainer. Really, it should have been called probably the fostering person or beast fostering. This is where you'll go if you want to go to foster a familiar. Now, what fostering does is it allows you to take a familiar and level it up while not having to be in-game or mounted on it. What you do is you go here, and we'll just go ahead and grab one of them. Which one do I want to take to level up? I'll take the Buranosaurus. When I put it in here, it's going to give me a warning that says that whenever I want to take this familiar out, it's going to cost me 2 gold. Okay, so once it's in there, as long as I leave it in there, it's not going to cost me any money. The instant I take it out, it's going to cost me 2 gold. Okay. And so what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and leave it in here because I don't ride the Tyrannosaurus really. So confirm. Now it's in here. As it shows you, it tells you how much experience, how fast it's going to level up. And it tells you also how long it's going to be until this familiar reaches max level. In this case, it's going to be 18 hours, 15 minutes, and 18 seconds. If you get some of those feed bags, you can put that in here as a booster, and it will dramatically increase the level. There was actually, in the dailies for this section, not the... where is it? In the specials, the very first thing you get, you actually get a premium feed. It's a 4x multiplier, and it's good for 12 hours to increase the rate at which your pet levels. And the one I did on my other character moved it from whatever its really low number was to about 1.2 multiplier. So it was pretty good speed comparatively. But I'm just going to leave him here, and he'll just sit here and level up. And so later I can pick him up. It should cost me 2 gold to pull him out, and he'll be max level. Continuing on around the area, we've got the familiar adventure board. This is where you can actually send your familiars out on adventures in the world. So like for example, if I select Hakana's Highlands, I want to send one of the ones out to say Broken Caldera. As you can see how much it's going to cost. That's 10 gold and 20 adventure points. That's right now, I am way too poor for that. And if you look at any of these, and we're talking about common difficulty here. And they're all, see, there's all Hakanas. It's all 10 gold point or 10 gold. You cannot do Brakar Forest. If I look at Sea of Hakanas at Bulwark, it's a little bit cheaper at 6 gold, but I'm like piss poor, so I'm not going to do it. And then Parnas Coast, 10. Be nice if I could just step back 1. 10. 10. And then I don't know if y'all let me see the Rift, even though I haven't been there on this character. You're still talking 10 gold. 10 gold. 10 gold. On my other character, when I was looking to send it out, after the first 10 gold one, it was going to charge me like 19 gold. So it does get kind of expensive to send them. So you're going to end up having to be kind of wealthy to do this, honestly. At least in my opinion. So right now I won't be sending any adventures out, which is why I won't complete that daily I picked up earlier. You do have access to the marketplace, so you can access the auction house. There's a storage master here, which is really convenient. I don't think I can put... Oh, I can't put my coins in there. Good. Because I don't need to carry those around everywhere. And of course, the awesome thing up here, you have your own personal crafting area. So if you don't feel like crafting in town around a whole bunch of other people, you can do it here without a problem. And there are trainers. So if you're ready to level up your crafting skill that you're working on, you can come here and train, assuming you have reached the point where you're able to level. And of course, if you need some of the materials, they have merchants.
Looking for anything in particular?
For all the various different things you could potentially utilize for crafting.
Take your time.
And they have it for obviously cooking and barter crafting and jewelry crafting and weapons and armor. So pretty much all your crafting needs is kind of settled right here. Now over here, the familiar tamer. Here, this is your corral. Where you can, or the familiar herd, where you can plunk a group of your familiars to be able to give you certain boosts or buffs. Now, I do not have any of these sets on this character to be able to just go and put in there. It is possible for me to go get at least that set to increase my move speed, although not really of use to me. But you put that, you drag your familiar up here, and while they're in this area, you cannot utilize them in anything else. They will wander around in this area here. You do have to have your familiar at max level. You can earn these buffs to have Now here it says move speed plus 3% 2 hour. I believe that 2 hour is how long it takes until the buff is available. I do not think that is the length of time that you can utilize the buff once you have it available. But since on any of my characters I don't have the full collections, unfortunately on my healer I have sold many of these or utilized many of the familiars for my talent points, and so although I could have had these collections, I don't. I haven't been able to experience the buffs yet. And of course you have your lovely little pond that you can just jump in and swim for a cool dip. And your own personal mailbox. Alright, so once you're done in this area, you can leave one of two ways. You can either utilize the World Shrine and teleport to anywhere you want for a cost, as you can see. The blue discus here will ultimately take you back to Victory Plaza no matter where you came to the familiar farm from. And that's pretty much the familiar farm. It's a convenient little spot. I'm not even sure if I can't fly here. And is there no map for this? I guess there's no map. And it's a great way for you to be able to level up your critters, get some boosts if you have max level critters that make up those collections. But it's a nice little addition to the game. So enjoy it, utilize it, doesn't hurt. You can get some extra boosts from it. You can tame your familiars without having to sit yourself online for hours on end. Or at least this way you can tame multiple or level multiple familiars if you're willing to spend the Ellens and or stay online at the same time. Whereas before you could only do it one familiar at a time. So that's this episode. I'm going to head back down real quick. Alright, so if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like videos like this and want to see more, please like and or subscribe. And I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time.